Hello, everyone. Today again, we want to come and check out my experimental portfolio. And this one, I'm like investing on risky asset called cryptocurrency. And this crypto is Solana, and it's a risky asset. And like investing, different investor have like different appetite for risk, and you can invest in risky asset, and as long you know it with the risk and the higher risk and higher reward. So that's why I'm investing this Solana, and it kind of risky asset. And when I was investing, the price was $82, and it cost me 32,000 buying 400 share. And like the price is really volatile. So it went from 82 to 86, 80, 92, 96. So this when I hit my all-time high profit this year was 6,000. And then it came down back to 90, then 86, 82, 79, and it went down to 60. So you see the price in like a month or two, and it swing about 75% swing from $100 to $60. So that's why if you buy and the price when it was 97, almost $100, and when you sell it at when it's $60, you will, you lost a lot of money. So, but on the opposite end, when it went down to 60, and when you bought it and now it come back 81, you make you make quite a bit of money. And then when it go back to $100, you really make, a lot of money. So this risky asset, it you lose a lot of money and then you gain a lot of money. So right now my portfolio is, I'm the price is I bought 82, but the price is 81, but I still making 67 because when it went up to like 97, I sold some of that. And then when it came down to 80, 90, I bought some. 86, I bought some. 82, I bought some. And then 79, I bought some more. So, yeah, so that's why I gain on I gain in share. I actually make money from share. When I bought it at 400 share, now at 403 share. So because of that, even though it lower than the price I bought it, I still making some money. 67, of course, it's not that much. And compared to my all-time high, I'm still losing about $6,000. But this is investing in risky asset. That's why the price volatile. The portfolio can go like down half or maybe 75% in like a month or two. So it really is really risky. But I want to say like as long as like that's what like I've been learning from like doing the investing for like since the beginning of the year. It's patient because it like when it went down to 60, 62 or 60, something like that, and if I'm not patient, yeah, sold all my crypto, and then I realized the loss. And when I realized the loss, uh, so when I realize the loss, and then when it gain back, I do not like, when it come back, it's too late now, all this all mine. So be patient. It's like, even though the portfolio, the money's say that's low, you know, from, from like, I have about like 40,000, like 38,000 and drop down to 20 something. So I dropped down like $14,000. And like at that point, like I'm thinking like, do I sell all of them, all of my portfolio? But if I sold all of them and now when they come back, I already realize the loss, and when it gained, I did not benefit from the gain back. So it's patient for the investor, need patient. Don't be like, it's not gonna go to zero and for the crypto usually like for this one you see the track record from 2020. It it go up and down, and it went up to 247 before, and then it came down to $9. So it, for all I can tell, it can come back to $9, and then it went back up to 240, 257. So this one it like take 3 years to go back, but this one take only 1 year to go back. So just give it time, it will come back. And the key is patient. So when it go down, just don't sell. And then when it go up, don't sell it too much because you might loss on gain. So that's why like when it went up, I just sold a little bit at a time. If it go up some more, I will sell and gain some more. And then when it go down, I just buy back and make money when it go down and also make money when it go up like that. So this is the key that I learned from doing that. And yeah, so it's a risky asset. So risky asset, you can lose a lot of money, you can gain a lot of money also. So just be careful. And want to say this one not investing advice. I just want to, do experiment and just show people how the investment in stock market, also in the cryptocurrency, it, really risky. And if you want to invest, make sure you talk to your counselor, like your financial counselors, so that like he had a license and he can advise you. But this one is just an experiment, and we can learn from my mistake together. And I've been saying because I look at the trend, the last like I think 10, 15 days it's supposed to come back down, but instead of come down, it keep going up. It were around that area right here, June 26th. I'm predicting like it will go down to like maybe $62 again. I'm predicted to go down to $62 about July 5th, July 6th, July 7th, but instead it go up and stay up. But my prediction, I'm still holding on to my prediction. It had to be coming down. So it go up one time, go up another time. So it cannot be go up in forever or the whole month straight. I don't believe so. So this They say like this month since it go up in the beginning of the month, so it might come back down at the end of the month to my prediction, and we'll see. So, please don't, like they call FOMO, fear of missing out. So when you see the land now went up like that, and then you like, oh man, it's gonna go back to $100, so I'm gonna keep buying more. So we don't have that idea because every time it go up, it will come back down, and also when it go down, it will come back up. So just be careful and don't trade it. I'm not a professional. I'm just experimenting. So look at the stock market today. However, if I had to recommend, but please don't listen to me. I'm not a licensed professional, but S&P 500. This thing it can go up and down, but if you buy it and keep it for 5 years, it's always go up or more than 5 years. When it more than 5 years, it's always go up. If you buy it in 1 year, sometimes you lose money also if you do 1 year. So just be careful. But if you keep it in the long run, like 100% of the time, it Gary winning some money and better than bond market. Like today, we see SpaceX it coming down. So I really follow SpaceX in the beginning, and it was like look at a month ago, it will come out. I got notification on my phone. It now at 150 because when it came out at 139 IPO, and then it went up to 150, 160. I could jump in 150 and 160, but I will hesitate it because I know it's gonna go up, and it went up to 211, and then it coming back down. Even though it coming back down to 153, but it's still not down to the IPO price. The IPO price is 139. So people that went in during the IPO, they still gain some money. However, I did not invest in SpaceX yet because those some institution that went in during IPO, they have a contract or like something to prevent them from sell the stock. So it will release, like they will be released to sell after 6 months. So my prediction is in around January, February, maybe March, SpaceX gonna come back down some more, and it will go to 110 or lower. I might jump in and buy me some SpaceX too because I like Elon Musk, and he kind of know what he doing. And the last time I heard he building a data center satellite, and put that in space. So the problem with data center right now is the cooling and electricity. Those two is like pretty much like like the most need. So if you send data center to space, so those two like will be eliminated. In space, like you have pretty much like 24/7 solar power. One, and the second is you can radiate heat to space, and space is really cool. Like they call like almost zero carbon. So yeah, so really cool. So they also they solve two problem. And I seen Elon Musk interview about that. The satellite for data center actually less complicated than the one that he have for Starlink internet right now. So it easy to make and it save on energy and then save on cooling. And because the Starship that he has so big, he can transport those like those satellite to orbit in really cheap. And I read one article, it could be as cheap as $200 a kilo. And for $200 a kilo is if I send something to like Cambodia right now, I would pay $200 a kilo right now just to send stuff like on Earth, from one country to the other. So that means that like space transportation is pretty much as cheap as you know our transportation on Earth. So I think that's gonna be yeah, they're gonna be get big, gonna be a lot of satellite in space in the near future. And that's the reason I want to buy SpaceX stock also. And we see today the oil price going up a little bit. We look at 5 days. It was 69 and came back down to 67 and now went back up to 71, 72, almost 72. So, and that because like Iran actually fire to two crude like crude oil ship. So yeah, and it elevate a little bit. Maybe I don't know. Like I'm just speculating because they do that because like I think couple days ago, yeah, maybe yesterday it was they do for the late leader that passed away, that died during like American strike. So yeah, they did like funeral for him like 7 days or something like that. I'm not really very sure about that, but so that happened, and we see gold also went up, and now it come back down. And like one more point about gold and crypto, that why it went up. You see, like I just talking right now, and it came down to $80. It was 81.30, now at $80. So the price really volatile. But yeah, because this price, crypto price and gold price, it came up lately, the last like 2 weeks because the dollar actually weakening too. So when the dollar weakened in value, went down in value, it make all the gold and crypto, all of those assets went up in value, and also inflation, same thing. So, but we see now even gold it come back down with cryptocurrency also come back down. They but gold is not that volatile like cryptocurrency does. But yeah, but it still follow the trend. Now the crypto come down, then the gold come back down. The same thing. And we look like the stock market Nasdaq composite is coming down about 1%, and Dow Jones Industrial also come down. 25 base points, and S&P 500 also come down 0.45%. And this one of my favorite stock also, PWK. It have hundreds, 160 company. It hit another record high and then came back. But like it break the record, but it break very low. From 140 to 142 to 143, 144. It break the record, but it went up really slow. But this company is they bought the company that do not leave their free cash flow in the company. When they have free cash flow, when they have free cash flow, they will use it to buy the stock back. So that make the stock price increase. So yeah, this like I think this and S&P 500 that be like the most I recommend. It went up, it went up slow, maybe 10-20% or something. That's why my experiment, I hope to make, if I make 20%, I will beat the market. I will beat S&P and PWK. And but let me see this year. This year they actually S&P went up so much, was 62.75. I wonder 62.75, 62.75 equals 75 minus 62, and then divided by 62. So today look like S&P 500 did really good, did really well this year because not even the whole year yet, it gained 20% already. For the average, it gained about 10% each year. So this year they make more. But yeah, as long as I make like 20% like year after year, that is really good return. So let's look at the big finance story today, July 7. U.S. trade deficit U.S. trade deficit widens sharply in May. The U.S. trade deficit increased from 554.6 billion to 77.6 billion. Exports fell and imports rose. The report suggests net export could weigh on second quarter GDP growth if the trend continues. So all I can say is Trump tariff policy is not working. He thinking that increase the tariff and reduce the import, and decrease the export and something like that, and then you know should this 154 should decrease, but instead it increase. So he did not do like there's something he did not do right, and not because of like you increase tariffs and then you got the result. Like it's not like he increased the tariffs and it working because it's not working. Like literally, it's not working. Evidently, the U.S. stock market remained near record highs. Major index continued trading close to all-time highs after a strong second quarter. Investors remain focused on upcoming earnings season and any signals from the Federal Reserve regarding interest rates. So yeah, the market doing good. Even though it come down, but it's still high, and we still looking for the earning that big company report this month, and also what is the Federal Reserve decision. Microsoft continue to restructuring. Okay, this new about Microsoft reportedly eliminate roughly 3,200 Xbox related position at its streamline its gaming division and reallocate reallocates capital toward AI initiative. So it looked like they take some money from the Xbox, the gaming, and put into AI instead. Because like AI is like the bright and shiny thing nowadays. Toyota expand manufacturing. UM manufacturing. Toyota plans to invest approximately 3.6 billion to move more to Tacoma pickup production from Mexico to the United States by 2030, reflecting ongoing supply chain and tariff consideration. So this one, I guess, the tariff work because Toyota, you know, bring back. I guess the tariff work, but it's slow. So now I guess like there's not fruit yet until 2030. So I guess it worked, but it need time to be working. But now it's not work. Now it seems like it's not working at all. Walmart cuts price on thousands of products. Walmart announced another round of price reduction to remain competitive and is pressure on consumers dealing with higher living costs. Gold stay nearly historic highs. Gold futures are trading around 42 per ounce, supported continued geopolitical uncertainty and investor demand for safe haven assets. So it's a around all-time high, but remember, like the all-time high is 53,000, so it like still $1,300 off. So I wouldn't say it's close to all-time high. And also gold as a safe haven asset, but it also volatile. Look at the trend, like you know, it's still like it's considered a safe asset, but it's still volatile. If you buy 5,300, you pretty might lost 1,300 right there, 1,200. So gold is a safe asset, safe haven asset, but it also risky. But if you buy gold and keep it in the long run, you definitely make some money. Yeah, if you want to invest in gold, just keep it at least for 5 years or something. So in 5 years, you see it went from 1,800 to 5,200. So It went up a lot. So the same thing, it's just like investment patient and it need time to grow. So in the short run, gold also volatile. Bitcoin remains resilient. Bitcoin continued trading at elevated level as institutional demand, ETF inflows support the cryptocurrency market despite recent volatility. So yeah, I guess if we have more demand from the institution and then like crypto, even though they buy only um, Bitcoin, but they say the rising tide raise up all the boats. So because like they have the same, they related. So when Bitcoin go down, we can see Ethereum come down and Solana come down. So they really highly correlated. If Bitcoin go up, everything else go up. We see mortgage rate move higher. Yes, it like a couple days ago it was 6.5 and yesterday was 6.54 and now it went up six more base point and now it's 6.61. So 30-year average US 30-year fixed mortgage rates have climbed to about 6.61%, reflecting persistent inflation concerns, the expectation that the Federal Reserve will keep the policy relative restrictive. Yeah, Kevin was known as the hawkish guy, so he might keep the interest rate high. Yeah, but like Trump really, want him to lower down the interest rate, but the Federal Reserve, they dictate by the data if there is inflation and good economy grow and everything. So they don't need to put if the economy grow already, they don't need to decrease the rate and add more money to grow some more. That will be fuel the inflation. Friend lower the economic growth outlook. Friend reduced its 2026 growth forecast from 0.09% to 0.7%, making it more difficult to achieve planned budget deficit targets amid weaker tax revenue and higher spending needs. So, so like France, their tax is like almost 50%. If you make like $1 million, you pay tax like almost 500,000. So that's why, if people can afford to leave France, they leave France because the tax is so high and they're more like socially country and so they tax high and they have a lot of social program. And I have an example like sometimes people are like not willing to work that much, especially like low income worker. Let's say they make like I don't know like $4,000 a month or something like that, and and then like if they make $4,000 a month and then they pay tax 2,000, they only have $2,000 left. And if they're not working and they get only paid like 1,500, as they're not working as a social safety net. So some people might like, I don't have to work because if I'm not going to work, I already make 1,500 already. Why I go to work and then make only 20, 2,000. sometimes tax is not a good way to increase the government, revenue, because I think economic growth will be better to increase the government revenue than the tax. When economy grows, you like if you tax, let's say 10%, when the economy grow, and then your tax will increase like that. The same thing, it will increase. So yeah, economic growth is, to my opinion, is better than tax. Prediction market focus on AIs, IPOs. Investors continue watching potential future IPOs involving major AI companies such as OpenAI, Anthropic, and Databricks. This is the first time I heard about Databricks. But OpenAI, they delayed to next year. Anthropic, I don't hear the news yet. They might become later this year. And I do not hear anything. I don't hear that much from Databricks. Although prediction market suggests timeline may be longer than some headline expectation imply. Market to watch today. Stocks earnings season begin ramping up with attention on major banks and technology companies. Federal Reserve market continue to watch for any indication of the timing of the next interest rate move. So we really don't know. Like, I don't know. Last week or week before we expect, rate hike, and then last week we expect, you know rate stay the same, and now it might be rate might be going back up. So we really cannot tell what the Fed gonna do. And if we can predict it right, we can make like a lot of money from that. Because if the Fed will increase the rate, you know, like 0.5%. And if you know that, you definitely making money by, if you know when the Fed increase the rate, you go short, you short on, the bond, and then you make money like that. And if you know it, they decrease the rate, you just go long on your bond, and that you make your money like that too. So if you can predict the Fed what they're gonna do, you definitely can make money in this market. Commodities, gold remains strong while oil trade monitor Middle East developments. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin and Ethereum continue to trade near recent high as institutional participation. I cannot speak English. Institutional participation remains elevated. So I don't agree with this statement because yeah, like it's 63, and the last high it was like in May at like 82. So it not really go too close to the recent high yet, but it at least it going up. So that is, I'm really happy with that for now, at least for my investment. It coming down, and I'm predict that it coming down. So if it go down to 70, I'm happy because my prediction come through. Even though my portfolio is hurting, but sometime, sometime I want to be right, and sometimes I want to make money. And right now, I want to be right, and like I will realize my portfolio at the end of the year. So what matter is at the end of the year. So thank you everyone for watching. Bye bye.